The video that everyone has been waiting for has finally gone viral online. And it's messier, wilder, and more shocking than anyone could have ever imagined. Yes, you heard correctly. LIL Scrappy has been placed under arrest for the vicious on-camera attack on his longtime friend. Stevie J, what began as small-scale animosity has exploded into full-scale mayhem. Is this a romantic and hip-hop altercation gone too far? Or has Scrappy just become the most recent celebrity to plunge into scandal under the glaring spotlight of reality TV fame? The internet is already in ruins. With Instagram and Twitter in ruins, there are a ton of fan theories about what actually happened. But the main question is still, did LIL Scrappy lose it under pressure? Or was this a twisted plot to kill Stevie J once and for all? We have exclusive information, unseen footage, and crazy insider leaks that will make you doubt everything you. The story is just getting started. And it's messy and outrageous. And then there's what just happened between LIL Scrappy and Stevie J. Let's set the scene. The drama wasn't just simmering. This was boiling for months, and fans, bloggers, and even insiders knew about it. So buckle up, because this is the scandal you'll be talking about all week. For those living under a rock, here's a brief recap of what happened on that now famous night. Scrappy, the self-proclaimed Prince of the South, had warned that something big was coming, and the tension between him and Stevie J had reached a fever pitch. However, nobody was ready for what happened. With a career built on explosive relationships, wild fights, and jaw-dropping one-liners, the rapper turned reality TV star has been a mainstay of controversy since his early days on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. For more than 10 years, Scrappy has kept fans entertained and critics appalled. Then there is Stevie J, producer and producer drama king, who has been dubbed everything. His turbulent on-again, off-again relationships with Joseline Hernandez and Mimi Faust made headlines for years, and his dubious business dealings, alleged unpaid debts, and epic feuds gave him a permanent place in the tabloid circus. But when you put these two unstable personalities in the same room, you can see how he changed from a musical genius to a toxic manipulator. It was inevitable that fireworks would burst. But no one anticipated that they would escalate into a full-scale assault that was caught on camera for the world to see. According to people close to the scene who have, understandably, chosen to remain anonymous, the drama began at an exclusive Atlanta witness's claim that both men arrived within minutes of one another, surrounded by their respective entourages. At first, it was civil, or as civil as it gets when two enemies are forced into the same space, with an awkward head nod and a forced smile. The nightclub is a celebrity hotspot known for hosting wild after-parties. Handshake, but then everything went haywire. According to insiders, Stevie J, the provocateur, is heard making subtle jabs at Scrappy about how his career was cooling off and how he was irrelevant because Stevie still ran Atlanta. It was a harmless shade, but LIL Scrappy wasn't having it. One bystander compared it to watching a volcano slowly beginning to rumble. The argument reportedly escalated quickly. Security attempted to intervene, friends attempted to defuse the situation, and cameras were recording every second. At that point, Scrappy allegedly snapped and lunged. One source told us he did so breathlessly. You know, it was chaos. Stevie J never saw it coming. The video, which has since gone viral on all social media platforms, shows LIL Scrappy punching Stevie J in the jaw with such force that there are gasps, screams, phones dropping, music, and complete chaos. In a matter of seconds, security swarmed the scene and pulled the two men apart. The police were called right away after Steve J, who was clearly shaken but still standing, yelled profanities while Scrappy was being forcibly removed from the building. According to reports, it took less than 10 minutes for Atlanta police to arrive on the scene, and the arrest was as dramatic as you might have imagined. The video shows Scrappy's shirt with some of his hair torn, Disorganized and handcuffed on the sidewalk outside the club, supporters pleaded with officers to release him. Every second was captured on camera, and although Scrappy didn't object, his icy gaze into the camera said it all. He was unconcerned, unapologetic, and perhaps even proud. By dawn, the internet was ablaze with hashtags such as Scrappy Snaps, featuring JKO and Tar. Instagram was overrun with memes of Stevie J's astonished look. And one fan remarked, "You know, it's bad when even Love and Hip Hop producers said, 'Yeah, we can't air that.'" Free Scrappy was trending all over the world, and Twitter was a battle zone. The flurry of the media had as news organizations rushed to confirm information. Rumors went viral, and VH1 was secretly ecstatic about the free publicity. An anonymous producer leaked this cryptic message to the media, saying, "We've had fights before, but nothing like this. This wasn't for TV, this was real." Insiders also suggested that the altercation was about more than just shade. According to rumors, Stevie J had engaged in some shady activities that had a direct impact on Scrappy's career. There were discussions about contract disputes, money owed, and alleged betrayal behind the scenes. And suddenly, what appeared to be another celebrity altercation turned into As the dust settled on the biggest scandal reality TV has seen in years, fans were left wondering more than they knew what would happen next. Will Stevie J legally retaliate? Will Scrappy be removed from the show or, worse, face real jail time? Stay tuned because in Part 2, we'll delve deeply into the aftermath, the official police report, and the shocking messy, believe us, you haven't seen anything yet. The footage was only 12 hours old, but the fallout was already reaching catastrophic levels. News vans were parked outside the Atlanta police precinct, and there were statements from both sides, as well as explosive new leaks and wild public reactions that threatened to escalate this feud to a whole new level. Camped out with free Scrappy signs, the headline LIL Scrappy arrested after brutal attack on Stevie J caught on camera appeared on every entertainment blog and celebrity gossip site. The mugshot first showed a grainy but immediately viral image of Scrappy staring into the camera defiantly, disheveled and unconcerned, and it quickly became a meme. Minutes of the initial arrest report were leaked by an anonymous police source. And let's just say that the picture was not good. The defendant, Scrappy Squat, was arrested for assault and battery following an unprovoked physical altercation with the victim. Stevie J video evidence supports the statements made by the producers of Love and Hip. Atlanta rushed to contain the damage, after an insider admitted that, although there have been security incidents in the past, this one went too far. It's a PR nightmare. But was it truly unprovoked? That's the crucial question that sent social media detectives the same people who solved celebrity crimes into a frenzy. One TikTok user said, "Look at Stevie J's mouth movements. He said something wild right before Scrappy lunged. The disrespect must have been instantaneous." They zoomed in, slowed down, filtered, and examined every frame of the fight video in response to cheating scandals. And who could locate anyone's high school yearbook photo in 5 minutes? Unbelievable. There's no way this wasn't planned. A different enthusiast speculated. Both of them were aware that this was a blatant attempt to increase ratings. But when the responses from the other Love and Hip Hop cast members began to flood in, Jocelyn Hernandez wasted no time in jumping on Eric Dixon, Scrappy's ex. An occasional friend tweeted, "I do not condone violence, but some folks have been asking for it for years." Even Mimi Faust, Stevie J's long-suffering ex, posted a shady comment under a news article. That's what Stevie gets from Instagram Live. You can't keep playing with people and expect them not to clap back. Team Scrappy all day. Article. The battle lines had been drawn, and the fans were split between Team Stevie and Team Scrappy. Karma has perfect timing. To make things worse, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta production insiders released the reality TV version of World War II, An anonymous assistant producer told an entertainment blog, VH1 is freaking out. They know they have gold. The footage is unreal, but they can't air it. About the cameras rolling at the club that night for a surprise reunion episode. Some people thought it was a stage stunt gone wrong, while others insisted it was a real beef that just happened to be captured on camera. Attorneys are already involved in it legally. Then came the shocking revelation that no one had anticipated. A strange direct message leak purportedly between Stevie J and Scrappy days prior to the altercation. Screenshots of which seemed to show Stevie mocking Scrappy over previous business dealings and labeling him irrelevant. The damage was done in a day, whether it was genuine or not. Justice for Scrappy and Stevie J were both trending globally, and fans demanded action. Some wanted Scrappy freed, while others wanted Stevie permanently barred from love and hip-hop. However, the most startling comment of all came from Mama D, the undeniable queen of messy reality TV moms and Scrappy's ride-or-die protector. Mama D made an appearance on Instagram Live with her trademark exaggerated drama. Let me tell you something though. No one is going to disrespect my baby and get away with it right now. Stevie J has been acting shady for years, and I've been told this. And she concluded her tirade by singing her famous anthem, I Deserve. The internet went crazy with memes, reaction videos, and fan-made remixes, while legal experts offered their opinions on cable news panels. In true Mama D fashion, she said, "You can call whoever you want. Mama D, I'm never scared. Period. Really face jail time." Celebrity lawyer Jasmine Rogers explained on Hollywood Now that assault and battery charges in Georgia carry a maximum sentence of 12 months in prison and fines. However, because of her celebrity status and competent legal counsel, Scrappy is likely to be subject to probation, community service, and anger management. I am deeply disappointed in what happened. I have always conducted myself with professionalism and respect, even in the face of provocation. My focus is on healing and moving forward. Instead of enduring hardship, Stevie J finally broke his silence with a carefully worded public statement. However, fans weren't buying it. The responses under his when the legal proceedings were about to begin. It was reported that Scrappy had been released on bond. He was seen leaving the courthouse with his legal team in tow, wearing a hoodie and sunglasses. And Mama D paparazzi took pictures of him, mouthing, "I'm good, but is he?" and making a peace sign. Everyone was wondering that, and as the pressure increased, sponsors started to distance themselves from both guys. VH1 executives were holding emergency meetings, and Stevie J was allegedly considering filing a civil action for damages. The reality TV industry had completely changed, turned upside down overnight, and believe us, was only going to get worse. Because in Part 3, we'll reveal the startling repercussions that neither Scrappy nor Stevie J anticipated the lawsuits. The show's suspension, the explosive betrayal, the end of an era for one of reality TV's most toxic friendships you don't want. Nobody in the reality TV industry could have foreseen how far this scandal would spread. Atlanta had become the scene of what the media was now referring to as the brawl that shook reality. If you want to know what happens next, stay tuned as the dust settled from the viral fight and the legal firestorm loomed. Even though Stevie J was still licking his wounds and planning his next move, his lawyers fired the first legal shot when they filed a civil lawsuit against LIL Scrappy for emotional assault. Fans and reporters flocked to the streets, hoping for even the slightest update. In a public statement, Stevie J's lawyer said, "My client has suffered both physical injury and irreparable harm to his personal and professional image. We will pursue justice to the fullest extent of the law." Fans accused Stevie of causing his clients distress and reputational harm, demanding an eye-watering $3 million in damages. One fan wrote, "You can't sue someone for beating you up after. You ran your mouth for 10 years in an attempt to capitalize on the fight he allegedly started. However, Scrappy wasn't exactly celebrating either. As VH1 executives called an emergency meeting and came to the harsh conclusion that Scrappy was suspended indefinitely from, according to leaks, entire plot lines involving Scrappy were dropped overnight, leaving producers to rework the plot around the abrupt disappearance of one of the show's most iconic cast members. A VH1 spokesperson said, "We cannot condone violence even among our most iconic cast members." As the network rushed to edit upcoming episodes, prominent celebrities, sponsors, and business associates started to distance themselves from the upheaval. One shoe company discreetly ended a partnership with Scrappy, and local Atlanta companies released statements stating that they were not associated with either party. The financial damage was mounting as for after his release, Scrappy himself went silent. There were no tweets, Instagram posts, dubious reposts, or anything else. That is, until an unexpected exclusive interview with a major gossip site was released. "I'm not perfect. No, I got caught up in my feelings, but I was treated disrespectfully in ways that no man should." As the interview went viral, fans were split once more. While some praised Scrappy as a man standing up for himself, others cautioned him to let his lawyers handle the talking. Nevertheless, everyone agreed that this wasn't over. Tolerance. I'm dealing with legally, but I'm also focused on my family and moving forward. I just want peace. Then, in a surprise no one anticipated, Mama D took center stage once more and declared that she was creating a documentary about the events called "I Deserve the Truth Behind the Fight." The promo teaser featured blurred images of Stevie J and Mad crying, as well as dramatic slow-motion footage of Scrappy leaving the courthouse. "We're not prepared for this level of drama, critics. Mama D knows exactly what she's doing, and we love her for it." Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta insiders whispered about the ominous music and tagline. "They tried to cancel my son. They tried to silence me. But the Queen will speak." Social media went into a full meltdown. Even more, sinister rumors claimed that the fight had only been the beginning. Video from the VIP room before the fight began was leaked to the media by an unnamed source. And what was said there could blow this whole thing up. Even more theories erupted. Was there an off-camera incident that went wrong? The legal process was already dragging on, but Stevie J really threatened to reveal private information about Scrappy. This was a storyline that went too far, and blogs speculated wildly, but no footage ever came to light. It became known as the Lost Tapes of Atlanta, the final missing piece in reality TV's most complicated puzzle. In the courtroom, Scrappy looked composed but focused, with Mama D sitting behind him with a Bible and glaring daggers at Stevie J across the aisle. Stevie J posted cryptic quotes on Instagram, saying that sometimes you have to lose to win. And fans clapped back right away. Scrappy's court date was set, and he was surrounded by paparazzi at every appearance. The fight that had captured the world's attention ended in a whimper. Not a bang, with no jail time, but in a shocking turn of events, Scrappy's legal team negotiated a deal at the last minute. And Scrappy agreed to 100 hours of community service and 12 months of probation and anger management classes. Millions of dollars were given away, but the damage had already been done. Scrappy's brand was damaged, Stevie J's reputation was tarnished, and Mama D was somehow the true breakout star of the whole catastrophe, as the entertainment industry's final headlines reflected. Could this be the end of an era for hip-hop and love? Fully restore their reputation if Mama D had just used the most shocking scandal to make a once-in-a-lifetime comeback. One famous blogger's final statement encapsulated it perfectly. Stevie J entered with his ego and left with a lawsuit, while Scrappy entered with his fists and left with probation, while Mama D entered wearing a wig and left with a reality TV royalty baby documentary deal. As the chaos subsided, it became evident that this scandal would go down as one of the most explosive, outrageous, and unforgettable train wrecks in the history of celebrity reality TV. When we thought it was finally over, rumors started to circulate regarding an enigmatic phone conversation between following all of this. Stay tuned because, as any reality fan knows, nothing truly ends in this world. There you have it, VH1 executives and Scrappy's team. A possible comeback, a redemption arc, the first ever love and hip-hop redemption season. And the internet's last whispered question: could LIL Scrappy and Stevie J actually film together? Again, from viral punches to shocking mugshots, dubious lawsuits, and Mad's takeover on reality TV. The LIL Scrappy versus Stevie J scandal was one of the most bizarre episodes in the history of celebrity gossip. Now, we know you have opinions, so let's hear them. Do you think LIL Scrappy was justified? Did years of disrespect and betrayal push this man over the edge? Or did he go too far and deserve all of the legal repercussions he received? What about Stevie J? Was he really the victim in this case? Or was he just playing his typical toxic game and finally met someone who wouldn't back down? And let's not forget Mama. Did she turn this family tragedy into her own personal viral moment? Or was she the ultimate ride-or-die mother that we all need by our sides? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Are you a supporter of Scrappy or Stevie? Should VH1 bring them back for one final explosive reunion episode? Scandal, ruin their careers, or in some way increase their notoriety even further? Don't just watch the drama. Participate in it by watching this video. If you enjoy the chaos, share it with your messy friend who is obsessed with reality TV catastrophes. Click the subscribe button and remember to enable notifications because, believe me, we are just getting started. Began serving as a tea judge. The next Celebrity Expos is already in the works and will be the first to serve you tea then. Stay disorganized, pay attention, and keep watching.